Good afternoon. So we made it to another day. Actually, my last video was a week ago, and so it's been a whole week and a couple of days. It is a Wednesday, which is a really great day to actually film this video because it's not a minimum day and I don't have any editing to do. I am all caught up on everything, so I feel like today could be a really good way to be productive. And I figured I would take you guys along with my afternoon routine. I just posted my morning routine yesterday, and so far it hasn't really gotten that much attraction, which is fine. But even though I didn't get that many views on it, I still want to continue on with my afternoon routine because it is part of life. And yeah, I love making videos like this, and I love watching other videos like this. I was going to do a baking video only because I'm starting to get a lot new subscribers that are subscribing to the baking videos that I posted over Vlogmas, especially the cookies. And so I kind of want to keep that momentum going. So I do want to create a video since Valentine's Day is coming up. So I picked out a few recipes. But in order for me to do a video like that, because I was going to try and do that video today, I'm just not quite ready for it. My kitchen needs a little pick-me-up. I need to clean out my refrigerator. It is time. It is due. I've been putting it off far long enough. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the refrigerator outside, but definitely I want to get the inside refrigerator. I got some things to do around the kitchen, and I don't feel comfortable baking in a kitchen that's dirty. And then on Sunday I want to do my Sunday reset. I want to do a whole weekend vlog. So once I get past that, then I think next week I'll be ready to post a Valentine's Day treat video. I think that would be kind of fun. So enough with the yip yap. I got to actually make myself something to eat for lunch. So I decided that I was gonna make a buffalo chicken wrap. So I have 2 of these chicken strips from the Just Bare. I love these. They are so good. I did weigh this out. It's not exactly 170 calories because it's just slightly over the 93 grams. But I'm just going to count it as 170 calories, 17 grams of protein. Actually, you know what? I'm not even counting macros. I'm doing this just for you guys. And I cook them in my air fryer. And now I'm going to add a little bit of this red hot wings sauce. But I like my sauce to be cooked. I don't like it raw. So what I do is I just pour a little bit of the sauce on there and I spread it out with a brush. And I also flip them over and I get the other side as well. Sorry. Blocking the view. I also like to do different variations with my chicken. Sometimes I do like a hot honey or an Louisiana rub, kind of to mimic the Wingstop flavors. But today I just figured I could make a quick little wrap using buffalo. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in my air fryer. I want it to get a nice little crust, so I'm gonna turn the temp up to 400 and I'm only gonna put it in there for like 5 more minutes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna warm up one of these Carb Balance flour tortillas. These only have 70 calories and 6 grams of protein. And then I also do 1 slice of smoked provolone, 70 calories, 5 grams of protein. I'm gonna serve it with a piece of this Cosmic Crisp apple. I don't count calories in my apple, but this is about 118 grams of apple, so it's roughly about 80 to 90 calories. I am also gonna serve it with a hash brown patty. I know it sounds weird, but it's kind of like having like tater tots on the side. So this is 140 calories with, I think it was 2 grams of protein. Oh, those look so good. So all I do is just add it to my wrap and my cheese. I wish I had some lettuce, but I don't have any. But this would taste really good with some lettuce and tomato. But I am gonna add 1 slice of turkey bacon because why not? And that's pretty much it. It's simple. It's gonna be really delicious. You could serve this with some more buffalo sauce if you want to, or you can make like a low calorie dip with yogurt, like Greek yogurt. But I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'm going to play on my phone for a little bit, and then we're gonna get to work. So good. Mm-hmm. It's been quite a while since I've cleaned out this refrigerator. I can't even tell you when the last time I took everything out of the refrigerator and started over from scratch. It's been that long. But I have been wanting to do this for quite some time, just haven't really had the time to do it. So now that I have somewhat of a free afternoon, I scheduled it in. Like I mentioned in my morning routine, not every afternoon looks the same, but I do try to pick one project on my free days, and this is what I chose to do. But I definitely try to be productive in my afternoons, and I like to keep myself busy until my kids get home from school, and then it's time to do homework and get ready to make dinner. I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned this several times before when I've cleaned out this refrigerator in the past, but this refrigerator is like, I don't know, 15 to 20 years old. It is falling apart. All of my bins are being held up with tape and they're cracked, and it's been really difficult getting in and out of this refrigerator. But I am truly grateful that I still have one. It still works. I just wish that the parts weren't so expensive to replace. So I'm definitely babying my refrigerator so that it doesn't continue to break down on me until I can afford to get a new one. All of this black stuff that's right here is because I have tape holding my drawers up. So it's not mold, it's just tape. But I need to get back here. I should probably just take out this whole line, but honestly, I think I'm gonna get a new refrigerator soon anyway, within the next few months or so. So I'm just gonna deal with it. Just be careful with your light bulbs. I accidentally sprayed it, and the last time I did that or touched it with a wet rag, it burst. So just be really careful about touching your light bulbs. But yeah, I'm gonna get my steam cleaner to help me with the bottom portion of this refrigerator. Okay, so I have the Shenley steamer. I got mine off of Amazon. It is not the best tool, but it is a tool that I have, so this is what I'm going to be using, and I'm using this nozzle attachment. The one thing that I really hate about it is that it is a plug-in, so the cord is not that long, so if this doesn't reach the refrigerator, I'm going to have to go get my extension cord. But it does help. It does work a little bit, so I'm going to try it and see if this will do the trick, because my hands are getting so cold inside that refrigerator. So now that I got all that steam in here, it should be easy for me to just wipe it down. But the problem is this refrigerator is so small I can barely fit all three of us in here. I'm probably gonna have to come in here and do this one more time. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just trying to clean my refrigerator so it's not yucky. While I'm here, I am going to also clean the vent at the bottom of the refrigerator. There's no like on and off button. I have to unplug it for me to shut it off. So if I lay it down to rest, I'm gonna waste water. But so far, I'm really liking how well it's loosening up all that dirt. Just make sure not to get your hands next to the steam because it is very hot. I find that they fit better when you align them opposite. So if this has a lip on it, on this side, then the lip will go on that side. And I just kind of stagger them like that, because if you try to put them all in the same direction, they're not going to fit as well. See, this drawer is the trickiest because it is hard to fit everything in there. So you have to do it just so. See, that's what I was afraid of, that this wasn't going to fit in there. It's okay. We don't need that in the back. We could still use that space though. I don't want my kids to have to get in and out of this drawer, only myself. So I'm only putting stuff in here that my kids won't need to get in there for. And usually it's stuff that I cook with. Beautiful. I love it. I got them all to fit. I got everything in there to fit. That's the way I like it. I literally just cleaned out all of this, so I'm not going to worry about this right now. So I'm going to leave it, but I am going to clean out the freezer.
Everything's gonna get better. Everything's gonna get better. You're the dynamite and leather. Everything's gonna get better. Everything's gonna get better. Everything's gonna get better.
I don't know what this is.
You're my best friend, best friend. You're my best friend, best friend. You're my best friend, best
I'm going to be cooking these for dinner tonight, so I'm going to leave one of these kind of like on the top so I know where they're at. And I'm also going to be finishing off with these cauliflower florets. I have 2 bags of corn here, so I'm just going to condense these. Usually when I get to the bottom of a bag, because one of these bags will probably serve us like 2.5 times. So once I get to the bottom of a bag of corn, that's usually when I add them into like a soup or a rice dish, just to finish it off. But now I found some extra corn that'll last a little while, because we still have, what, 2 weeks almost left before we get paid again. Plus I got vegetables in the refrigerator too. This is like my fajita mix. Whenever my bell peppers are going bad or I want to get rid of them before that they do go bad, I usually either chop them up and I put them in a container like this and I use them in a rice dish or whatever, or I put them in a bag sliced like this and I use them for fajitas. I do the same thing with jalapenos. I have a jalapeno and a serrano pepper here. I think I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator because I'm going to see if I can use it. If not, I'm probably just going to throw this whole thing in the freezer, and this will get used in a salsa in the future. I have leftover bell peppers that are actually looking pretty good still. I mean, I know this one's kind of sad, but it's just because it's kind of like dehydrated a little bit since it wasn't in like a bag, so it's kind of like seen better days, but it's still good. There's no mold or anything on there, so I am going to be cutting these up later. I'm glad I decided to clean out my freezer because now it looks really nice. It's fresh, but my freezer is begging me to close the door. Goodbye. How long do you think that took me? That took me about 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now you know why I don't do it very often. I do clean out my refrigerators as far as food wise. Like, I never let anything go in there expire. I never ever do that. I clean out all of the food in my refrigerator at least once a week, or sometimes every 2 weeks, just depending on the situation. Definitely right before we go grocery shopping, I always clean out my refrigerator. But deep cleaning it, where I pull everything out, that's something that I don't do very often. And the reason why is because this refrigerator is so hard to get in and out of. And because everything is falling apart, I'm afraid I'm going to break it even further. So I try to avoid it as much as possible, but I'm always wiping it down, you know, keeping it as clean. Like if crumbs get at the bottom of the refrigerator down here, I try to wipe it down. I missed a spot. Wow. Well, I got super sidetracked right there. I didn't even finish my thought. I'm sure you guys understand what I meant though. So now I'm going to turn my attention to my stove. This is something that is really hard for me to keep clean because I am constantly cooking and my son forgets when he's doing dishes. You know, when I was younger, that was my job. When I cleaned the dishes, I also wiped down the stove and I wiped down the countertops. And a lot of times my son forgets and I never go double check his work. So that's why it's like caked on with grease, because it gets stuck on there from not washing it often enough, and by the time that I realize, it's already dried on. So I try to come over here and clean my stove as often as possible. In fact, my favorite way to clean it is with oven cleaner, and I'll let it marinate on there with some cling wrap on top of it for like an hour or so. That really loosens up all of the grease. But this time I was kind of in a rush, so I tried using my steam cleaner, but it did not do the trick. For some reason, it just wouldn't loosen up any of the grease that's sitting on the top of the stove. So I just used a Brillo pad. That was the next best thing, and I just went with it until I can come back to it and work on it some more. But honestly, it really wasn't that bad. Okay, well, we made it to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your time with me as much as I enjoyed making this video for you guys. Like I said, this isn't a typical afternoon, but it is an afternoon that I would spend. I always pick one thing to work on. This was what I wanted to work on because I want to prep myself for next week. Pretty much from here on out, all I'm doing is just wiping down all of my surfaces, the counters, the table, yada, yada, yada. I gotta sweep them off the floor, pretty basic. I wish that I would have made it to the sink. I wanted to scour it, but I wasn't able to on camera because I had to go pick up my kids from the bus stop, but I did end up doing it later, right before I had to start making dinner. So it did get done, just not on camera. I also wanted to try out those dishwasher cleaners that I bought from the Dollar Tree a couple of weeks ago. I never made it to that either, which is kind of a bummer because I still have yet to find out if they work or not. But hopefully this weekend when I do my weekend reset, I will be able to try them out and let you know how well they work. I still stand by the dishwasher packs, the dishwasher soap packs. They work pretty good, but we did have a couple of loads that didn't wash very well. But I'm not sure if it's just the way that the dishes got loaded or not. So I'm still standing by those, but there is a possibility that some of them might not work as good as others. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. You guys are so amazing. If you guys support my channel and you guys enjoy watching all of my videos, I really love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really hope that you guys enjoyed the 80s themed music. I am an 80s baby. I love it. I'm here for it. So hopefully you guys are there with me. I hope to see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.
Right now, we're gonna shine, yeah we are. Right now, this is our time, here we are. Right now, we're wild and free, yeah we are. Right now, we're gonna be, yeah we are.
Love you guys.